Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I'm really angry today with Meghan and Harry. Oh boy. There's a place in England called Beachy Head. It's not just one cliff. It's a whole chalk-fronted cliff. And in my country, we have an expression. When people speak of subjects of which they should not, and they're being really cheeky, we say they've got more front than Beachy Head. Well, Meghan, your royal majestic highness of the moon and the stars, you cheeky bitch. You finally recognise that us peasants have your permission to engage with each other on the internet. You and your husband, he's just a husband, are concerned about what you call online violence. How's about threatens with a couple of bullets in the head for violence, Meghan? Against a family going through cancer? Oh, wait a minute, isn't your husband's family going through a few issues with cancer? Doesn't stop your fans from threatening to blow them up. Who was that guy who wrote a book released this time last year, End Game, who accused your husband's family of being racists? I know how that feels, because in the death threat to put a bullet in mine and Graham's heads, and the person who made that threat is up in Crown Court. Yeah, and you know this. You know this. That person has admitted to Trevor Coult that she did all of that because of what you said, what Christopher Boozy said. That's why. And you give a speech about online violence against families and children. But the line that really gets me, and this is fresh off the press, guys. What is it? How did she put it? My husband and I recognise today's reality is marked by greater connectivity. Really? Really? An advanced technology, which of course has many positives, but which also compels us to better understand how digital violence against children is manifesting itself in this age. You might want to have a little chat with our daughter, Meghan. My God, you go on about your rights, don't you, Your Majesty? You go on about that plenty. But you had Christopher Boozy on your show. Oh, so the connectivity and digital technology enables us to talk to each other, which you and your husband finally recognise that we all have the right to talk to each other. Ho, 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 ho. I come back to more front than Beachy Head. More front than Beachy Head. How do you think little Prince George, Charlotte or Louis feel? Do you think their mental health might have been affected? How did that curtsy go again? Oh, how did that go again? Oh, when Oprah said, were the concerns about how dark Archie's skin would be, were they racist? I think that's a pretty safe conclusion to come to. Who was it who said the remarks? I don't think I should say. I think that could be very damaging. Oh my God. There are people out there, Meghan, who actually act on the things that you and your husband say. Oh, God forbid we should give him a name or a title. He's just your husband, isn't he? Wow, wow, wow. So you, a multi-millionairess married into the most famous and powerful family in the world, otherwise known as the Windsors, you were being bullied by a pensioner who lived in Wales with her cats. Where were her rights? Where were Wally's rights? To be allowed to talk about her teeth, custard, recipes, and talk about stuff that you'd done, that you put out in the public domain. Where were her rights? Where was the violence against her online? Oh, and by the way, guys, this was filmed in Colombia. Bloody months ago. Oh, all this Harry and Meghan have broken cover in there together. He actually says during the speech that they are in Colombia whilst filming it. Do you guys in America wear poppies? I mean, to me, that looks like they both wore poppies in order... They filmed this months ago in order to release it for remembrance. Is this to try and knock Prince William and his marvellous Earth shot off the front pages? No. Well, if you're going to knock them off, my God, you're going to get a spotlight. The death threats, and it's not just me and my family. It's not just Wally. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people who have received death threats. The toxicity online that has been created ever since you married into the British royal family. Oh my God. And you've got the front to give a speech saying that you give a damn about online safety. No, I don't think so. Oh no. And you've got some serious front, serious front coming out with any of that. That you recognise that the internet's not going anywhere. Well, it's all right, everybody. It's all right, calm down. You can all go about your business. You have permission now from her, not her Royal Highness, her Royal Majesty of the world, Meghan Markle, has given us all permission. We can go about our business and we can talk online. It's all right. She's finally recognised. She's given in. She's decided that she cannot delete and control what is said on the internet. Oh, wow. Well, this is just my interpretation of it. Perhaps I'm a little raw around the edges, you know, from being on the receiving end of people who say they love you, Meghan. They love you. They want to do your bidding, Meghan, by threatening to put bullets in people's heads. How's that online violence? Well, I think this is probably going to be quite a short video. I don't know if it's even going to have restrictions on it or not. Probably will. Probably will, because I'm not a multi-millionairess and I'm not married into the most powerful family in the world. The most famous family in the world. Of course, hasn't done the king any good, has it? He might be the king, but didn't stop you, Meghan, and your henchmen from naming him as a racist in a book this time last year, did it? The Princess of Wales, that's actually a real title. That's a real title, Meghan. She's real royalty, unlike you. Didn't stop your friend, Omid Scobie, naming her as a racist. Of course, you didn't know they had cancer then, so it's all right, innit? Have either of you two hypocrites, Harry and Meghan, ever once come out to denounce the violence that is conducted in your name? Answers on a postcard, or perhaps a postage stamp, because the word no doesn't take up a lot of space, does it? Why don't you start there? Oh, and if I were you, Windsor, I'd make a bit of a public appearance. You have every right to do a pap shot wherever in hell you're living right now and make this woman look the fool she is. Because the whole world, a lot of numpties out there are going to think you two are together and all loved up because you're talking about kindness and mindfulness and compassionateness. So, Windsor, if you want to make her look the fool she is, just go do a car park pap shot in South Africa, in wherever it is, Milton Keynes, wherever you are. Be seen out with another girl. That'll shut her up. Finally. Oh boy. Yeah, and Trevor's given yet another statement against somebody. There's another police action. And yeah, it's you were cited in that, Meghan. Yeah. Wasn't there a guy who went to Windsor Castle once with a crossbow? But I mean, all the newspapers and journalists told us was he got boxed off under the Mental Health Act. That's what always happens. No one ever gets to the bottom of these things. Why did that gentleman go to Windsor Castle with a crossbow? Who inspired him? Because that's pretty bloody violent, isn't it? Not that I'm saying that Meghan inspired him, but it's a possibility because at least one person has admitted that they were inspired to threaten to kill me and my husband while we were going through cancer. I know that don't mean nothing to you, Meghan. I know, Princess of Wales, King. Oh, it's only a little bit of cancer, isn't it, mate? Oh, nah, I think I'm going to end this video here because I think everybody's going to realise just how I feel about Her Most Magnificent Majesty of the bullshit. You need to zip it, Megan. Just zip it. Go away. Get your divorce settlement and just disappear. Go away. Go away. People have lives to live. And the internet was just fine before you came along, and it'll be just fine after you're gone. No one needs your advice on how to keep safe on the internet. Thank you very much. I'll let you guys just make your comments. I'm going to go and get on with some DIY and try and put this out of my mind. As I say, more front than beachy head. Talk about a cheeky, cheeky bitch. Oh my God.